Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here, Golden Opportunities Coaching. Welcome to those of you who are new. Welcome back to those of you who are seasoned veterans of what we do around here. We discuss psychological, emotional, and coaching-related topics in a audio format on a daily basis. There are over 230 audios for you to check out on this channel, so hopefully you subscribe, like, comment below. If there's something we can do for you, please comment. Usually we can get that done within a few days. You can comment in the comment section, or you can send a direct message either on Twitter at PO Perception or here on YouTube. Usually we can get to you within a couple of days. In any event, we are going to discuss, do you have a positive and progressive mindset? So, control of the mind is one of, if not the single most important thing for any human being to exert. Because if one cannot control their mind and find the balance between logic and emotion, they will have a harder time in life. So having a progressive mindset, there's some things that are in common, about 8 or 9, maybe 10 things that people with progressive mindsets have in common that I think is indicative of people all over the world, regardless of their location, regardless of their economic background or other qualifiers. These are things that it is more likely than not that people with a progressive mindset exhibit. And the first is willingness to cry and show negative emotion in healthy ways. Tears can be a release. Punching a punching bag can be a release. Finding an artistic outlet for anger, sadness, despair, confusion, and other negative emotional experiences is and can be a release. And they are meant to be exactly that. So if you can find a release for the negative you do not know how to handle, you do have a positive progressive mindset, because denial that it doesn't exist or trying to swallow it and make it go away, while it sounds brave, isn't productive to how the world works. And there are many people who are taught incorrectly that doing this is brave, or doing this is courageous, or doing this is smart, or any other number of things. However, science does not bear that out. Next is the ability to release control. So the reality is that we do not have control over what happens to us, but we do have control over our reactions at any given moment. And we have control over our reactions to every circumstance. The choices we make are actually nothing more than reactions to the circumstances. And when we understand where we have control and where we don't, it's much easier to release control of circumstances. This is especially hard for parents who want to protect their children. This is especially hard for people that want to save a marriage or relationship, to realize where that boundary is between I have control over what a person does, no you don't, but I have control over what I say to them, yes you do. And finding the balance of releasing control of the action, but not losing control of your reaction can be extremely challenging. A progressive-minded person always knows how to manage their time well, factoring in times for rest, relaxation, and joyful experience. So, hard work or smart work is necessary from all of us to be successful, right? Or almost all of us. Not, I guess if someone was born into a family of millionaires or billionaires, they may not have to work as hard, and then again they may. But regardless, the majority of us need to manage our time well and get the most out of every day. But getting the most out of every day means building relaxation into that day, building joy-filled experiences into that day. And the next thing is being grateful through hardship. So somebody always has it worse than you. It doesn't matter what you're going through. Somebody somewhere on the planet of nearly 8 billion people has it worse. Many people have it better, but you have it better than lots of people too. So the frame of reference of gratitude and gentleness in gratitude, that is to say, I'm not going to be angry over that which I cannot control. I'm going to be humble enough to admit that I do have some things going in my corner, and that I have some things that I'd like to see shift in another direction. And when we come to it from a place of reactive detachment, that all things happen and we are responsible for our reactions to them, and gratitude creates an energy of positive change, then we can often get to where we want to get a much quicker and simpler way. Now, kindness to others, kindness to ourselves, kindness to those we love, and kindness to strangers. Kindness is a way to be progressive because it is through acts of kindness that we forge new relationships often. It is through acts of kindness that we show our value and character as a person. It is through acts of kindness that we reaffirm the good that is in humanity. So when you specifically try to be kind simply as a daily practice, you are a progressive minded person because you begin to understand that we are more unified than we are divided. Things like religion, politics, social beliefs, social normalcy, country boundaries, and all these things remind us of our divisions many times, but they don't have to. If we look for ways to do something kind for people, one person, 10 people, whatever, we are more likely to refocus on the unity that is humanity than anything else. Now, the next one is being open to new ideas. Openness to a new idea doesn't mean you have to accept every new idea that comes along. If somebody said to me they were going to make a pizza-shaped telephone, I probably would laugh at them. But that doesn't mean I couldn't hear them and either help them to improve their idea or respectfully disagree with their idea, or hear their idea and walk away and go and do something else. The openness to all things being possible is progressive mindset. Remember, everything that you use today, everything that you have today was somebody's creation, somebody's invention, but 50 years ago, 100 years ago, whatever have you, many of the things we count on now didn't exist. And so, new ideas is where advancement and evolution is born. The next thing is we learn from our mistakes. Now, learning from mistakes doesn't mean blaming ourselves continually for our mistakes. It also doesn't mean that we never repeat a mistake twice. We might, especially if we think circumstances are different when they're really not. But learning from the mistakes is just knowing the markers of, if I do this, this probably isn't going to end well, so I'm going to do something else instead. Or being able to discern, I know I'm probably making another mistake here, but I'm willing to take that risk and learn the lesson in a deeper way so that I can have a better quality of life for the next 5, 10, 50 years. The next one in this list is being good with money. Good with money has multiple facets. You know how to save, you know how to spend effectively, meaning you know how to bargain shop, you know how to get the most out of your money, you know how to splurge on small things so that you feel better about life. Whether it's a candy bar or an extra coffee or a trinket for your house, a painting for your wall, there are times that you need to celebrate your own progress. There are times that you need to enjoy yourself and realize and recognize that there are times when doing something that small, be it $1 or $2 or more if you have it, can make the difference between going into anxiety and depression or feeling like nothing matters and seeing a visual representation or an experiential representation of your hard work. The second to last one is a lack of codependency. Independence is wonderful, but we do need people from time to time. We are meant to be community-based creatures. Interdependence is where we should be, because interdependence means I need you and you need me, but I can walk away and be independent when I need to be. But codependence is the false belief that you need another person to be successful. Unless you are a child or somehow mentally deficient, there is no one in your life that you absolutely need and cannot live without. Now, there may be people you want in your life and you couldn't imagine living without. Or if you're a child, obviously you need the guidance of a caretaker, an adult, a parent, or grandparent, whoever have you. But there is no one in life outside of those circumstances that you absolutely need. There are many people you may want. There are many people you may enjoy. There are many people that you couldn't imagine living without. But need is a difficult thing. Codependency, though, is a fundamental psychological lie that says, hey, I can't make it without this person. We all, myself included, have been codependent a time or two in our lives. Sometimes it's because we enjoy a friendship so much that we don't even see it coming. Other times it's because we've been weakened by abuse or self-neglect to believe that we need someone we don't really need. Other times it's because we've been in a toxic relationship for so long we don't even see the changes in ourselves. Regardless of the reason, codependency never ends well. The last one is that you have the ability and the willingness and the stick-to-itiveness to keep going even when you don't want to push through negative emotions towards your goal. Now, that doesn't mean you don't acknowledge the emotions. It doesn't mean you don't have them. It doesn't even mean that you don't express them, but it means that you understand that your goal is bigger than your emotional state in a given time. Trust me, there are many times in my day, especially with my new shoulder injury due to medical neglect, that I want to quit working. I'd like to be able to just sit on a beach somewhere and retire. I realize that that's not going to happen anytime soon. I do have a goal for making that happen in the next few years. Maybe I'll get lucky, maybe I won't, I don't know. But I'm pushing towards that goal because I realize that, especially with my chronic health conditions, my life could be shorter than others. And therefore, I am focused on getting the most out of this life that I can, but that means I have to push through when I don't want to. And if you are a person who pushes through when you don't want to consistently, you are a person who does, in fact, have a strong, positive, progressive mindset. So hopefully these have been helpful for you. Keep your feet on the ground, your mind in the moment. Until next time, everybody.